Good morning once again, my leaders. How are you today? Just let me know in the chat. So today we are going to talk about recruiting. This is just something I thought let me share since our speaker is not available today. So the first thing is, what is the purpose of a team? What is the purpose of the team? Why do we recruit? When people are signing up, most of them they tell you that no, I don't want to sign up because I don't want to have to recruit and convince people. Has anyone ever heard that? If you have, maybe just type for me there in the chat, maybe a one, so that I know that I have people that can actually relate. Most people, they don't want to sign up because they feel like once I start, I have to be convincing people and all of that. And for me, when I do my presentation, I always tell people that you can actually do forever and not recruit. Your goals are the ones that determine where you want to be on the marketing plan. If you feel like, no, I just need an extra 3,000 Rand, an extra 150 US dollars, you can just sell the product and make the money that you want. But there are some people that have bigger goals, and that is where the purpose of a team comes in. And it also comes in recruiting the right people. Because when you build your team with the right people, it's going to allow you to grow. So allow growth to a scale impossible for one person to do. I always tell people that there's only so much that you can do as an individual. There are only so many presentations, tabletops, and people that you can talk to when you are alone. You are limited. You can't access everyone because you can't be everywhere at once. You're only one person, and for most of us, you are one person and you are also working part-time, or you're also working full-time, you're doing forever part-time. It means your time is limited. So if you want to grow, you want to get to manager, you have the big goals, you want the big income, then you definitely need a team because the team is going to allow you to be able to grow. You are able to push bigger volumes when it's more than one person. Imagine doing 120 case credits over 2 months and it's just you and you're not recruiting. Even if it's over 4 months, sometimes it can actually be impossible. Unless, of course, you are someone who has money and you buy a level and things like that, which is also not worth it because then you are going to be stuck with the stock and you don't have a team that is pushing, which means you won't be able to meet the 60 case credits. So the purpose of a team is allowing you to grow to a scale that is impossible for one person to do. It also, when your team is successful, you grow, but you have to be recruiting the right people. Have you ever recruited someone, they came in and things just went south and you lost your whole team? If you are that person, just type a two for us in the chat. Sometimes when you bring in the wrong people, instead of coming in and growing the team, they can actually cause division in the team. So it's not just about let me find people that have 7,400 that are going to join. If you want to be successful, you have to be recruiting the right people, people that have the right mindset. Because if you don't get people with the right mindset, they will come in and they will destroy the team. They will destroy the energy in the team, and there is no progress. So, a successful team starts with recruiting the right people and you are working towards a common goal. So for me, when I'm building, I don't just speak to everyone. My coach the other day was so angry. She says, "You are so selective. You must be talking to everyone, but you select." Because for me, I like to work with people that I know that we are not going to be clashing. We can work together. This person has the same values as me. I don't want to have to be pushing people to do stuff. So I'm looking for people that are self-driven. So even when I go out and I am speaking to people that I want to join my team, it's not everyone that I will approach. I look at the person, I look at maybe what are they doing, how are they dressed, how are they presenting themselves. Then I decide, okay, this one I want to work with. Then I approach them. I'm not saying you guys should go and do that, but for me, I have realized that I need to find people that are ready to work, people that have the same vision as me, people that, we are working towards a common goal. They are self-driven, they are goal-oriented. I don't have to push start them. They will come in and they will actually show up and do the work that is needed. Not people that every day I must remind them. Have you posted on your status? Did you follow up on that person? Because I cannot run my business and their business at the same time. And the purpose of when we're looking at the purpose of the team, it's also remember these people have to work together. That's what a team is. You are bringing them together into one cohesive unit. So imagine if you get bad, it's like you have apples, others are rotten. If you put them together, the rotten ones will spoil the other ones. So these people will have to be working together for the team to move forward, for the team to succeed. It has to be people that are working together. So sometimes when I'm also recruiting, I look at this type of people that I'm recruiting. Are they people that can actually work in a team? So, how do you recruit new team members who share your vision and your values? People that are aligned to what you are trying to achieve. Number one is you have to know your why. You have to know why you are doing the business. What is it that is driving you? That's how you then find other people with the same values. Most of us, we joined the business out of hype. People that are in this meeting, maybe you saw someone traveling and then you decided to start. Or you just thought, you know what, everyone is doing it, let me start. But do you know your why? Do you know what motivates you? What drives you? Why are you looking for that extra income? That is your why. And you have to know it. Because if you don't know it, how are you going to recognize another person that is aligned to you? If you don't know why you started, you can't know your values, you can't know your vision, you don't know, you don't have any goal of what is it that you're trying to achieve. So you can't find people that are also on the same path. So the first thing, if you want to be good at recruiting, but not just recruiting people that are actually going to come in and be aligned, you yourself have to be aligned with why you started the business. Know why you started. Because if you know to say, okay, I started because I want to do this for my kids, now you know your why. You also know the type of people that are going to relate to your vision, that are going to walk the path with you. I'm not saying don't recruit people. If you joined for your kids and then Heather wants to join because she wants to travel, then you say, no, you can't be in my team because we're not doing the same thing. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying most of your team has to be aligned with where you are going. And people that are actually going to connect with you, they are going to connect with your why. Have you ever done a presentation? You put all your effort into explaining everything about Forever, and people still don't join. They were not able to connect with your why. But if you invite and you find more people that can relate to the journey that you are walking. When you speak, they connect and they start. That is why we always have different guest speakers every time we do the presentation, because different type of people will relate to different type of people. You will not relate to everyone. So you have to know your why. You have to find people that are aligned with you, people that you can work with, and you also have to bring in that aspect of guest speakers, people in the team, people around you that can come in and also speak to your prospect, because not everyone is going to relate to your story, but your prospect can come in and relate to Heather, they can come in and relate to Jessica, so know your why. Then identify your ideal team member. I think I've already explained this. Not everyone is a good fit for your team. There are certain people that I've had to say to them, I don't think we can work together. Go join somewhere else and I will support you from where I am. Have you ever been in that situation? Anyone who's ever had that scenario where you've had to say to someone, I don't think me and you can actually work together. I'm not the right person to mentor you. Have you ever done that? If you have, type a 3 for me in the chat. Sometimes we don't do it because we are just desperate to see the CCs in the system. So identify your ideal team member. For me, I have it, I have it written down. My ideal team member, what do they look like? Are they a woman or are they a man? What is it that they do? What is it that they are looking for? Where do I find them? That kind of thing. Because then when I meet them, I am able to recognize, you know. So if you know what you are looking for, you've written it down or you've thought about it, when you meet the person on the street, you are able to identify to say, this person I can work with, because already you know the type of people that you are looking to work with. So have you ever written down your ideal team member? If you have, just write yes for me in the chat. You should have it written down. Who is the ideal person that I want to join my team? What is it that they do? What do they look like? Where do they go? Where do I find them? What are they interested in? What drives them? What motivates them? All of that, you should be knowing it as someone who is going out there to recruit. Okay, we have 1 yes. At least I have people in the meeting. Thank you so much. Then once you have written down your ideal person, then you go out and you find your prospects. So based on when you're finding your prospects, the first thing that you have to look at is building relationships and providing value. It's not just about going there and say, join us, join my team, join, join, join. No, when you are finding your prospects, you are focusing on building relationships and providing value for people. So you can use your social media, you can be getting referrals from your customers, you can be attending events, you can use other platforms to connect to people, but start by building a relationship with them. Don't just be that person that goes into people's inboxes and you are just flooding them with forwarded messages from the groups. Hi, my name is Heather. I do Forever Living. We have very nice products. Na 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 na. Please come to our presentation or please try. Don't be that person. The reason being, if I were to be doing another network marketing company or if I'm doing crypto, if I come to your inbox with that long, long message, do you read it? Do you connect with it? Or you just look at the message and you'll be like, oh, those crypto people, and you move forward. That's exactly what the prospects do. Yes, you will find one or two that will respond to that long message and they say yes, they want to attend. Sometimes they don't even show up to the meeting, or they show up, the meeting is in April, they tell you, no, I'll join in January. Focus on building relationships and providing value. And the reason why I do this is because if I see someone, let's say it's on social media, I see someone, I feel like this person is a good fit for my business. What do? I go maybe like a few pictures on their page. Tomorrow I make a comment. Then maybe, a few days later, I go in their inbox. I say, hi. And I always say this in the 5 a.m. Then I say, hi, how are you doing? My name is Heather. I've been going through or I've been following you, and I really like your content. What is it that you do? We already start the conversation. And because they've been seeing me on their notifications, liking their pictures, commenting, engaging, they will actually engage back. And through talking to them, I'm not even saying I'm forever, I'm what. We're just chatting. They're going to tell me what they do. We're going to talk about life in general. I'm already starting to discover their pain points. I'm already starting to discover, like, oh, okay, this one, she's a lawyer. Okay, she's talking about she works long hours, or she's talking about she loves to work with women, empower women. By the time I am introducing the business, I am talking from a point of value add because I know what you are looking for. Because we've spoken about it. You've told me that you don't have time for your kids. So now when I'm presenting myself, I would come from the approach of, would you like to try something that could eventually free up your time so that you can spend more time with your children? If I invited you to the presentations, would you show up? And because one, they already feel like your friend, they are more inclined to come. But also because you spoke value, you are adding to something that they are looking for, then they will also be more likely to come. But the people that you just sent that long message, they'll probably just read it and ignore, read it and move on. Some won't even open it. So when you're finding your prospects, focus on building relationships, not just I want them to come today or I want them to sign today. And once you've built the relationship, like I said, you then invite them to join, whether they're coming for a webinar, for a video, or it's a WhatsApp call, or it's a meeting where you are meeting in person. You are inviting them so that you meet with them. Then from there, you now have to follow up and close. Most of us, including myself, especially me, actually, I know how to identify the people that I want. I know my why. I know how to find the prospects and how to connect with them. I invite them. I do presentations. And always forget when it comes to follow up. I completely forget. Someone will tell me, okay, give me a call on Friday. That's when I'm getting paid. And I completely forget to call them. By the time I want to call them, they are already busy, or they've even found somewhere else to buy the product or to join. That is where most of us are missing it, on the following up and closing. So once they have confirmed their interest and you've answered their questions, help them to make a decision. Okay, so someone will say, I want to go and I want to think about it. For me, I always say, okay, when do you think you're going to have an answer so that I can give you a call? Then they will tell you, okay, call me on Friday. Friday, be following up. Actually go and make that call. Because the moment you tell a prospect that I'm going to call you at 5, and then you don't call at 5, and then 2 days go by and you haven't called, what do you think happens? If it was you and someone said to you, oh, okay, I'll call you on Friday. You wanted to invest in their business. They said, okay, I'll call you on Friday. so that we can finalize and sign off everything. Then they don't call you on Friday. Then they don't call you Saturday. They call you a week later or 2 weeks later. Would you still put your money into their business? I wouldn't. I would lose interest, like Tipidi said. So that's exactly how our prospects feel. They are investors, they have their money that they want to put into the business. And they are obviously going to be very careful about where they put their money because for them, it's a lot of money. It's capital that they have raised. So if you show them that you are someone who does not keep your word, you say you will call and you don't. Already they are seeing what kind of upline you are going to be. And they can just decide, yo, I can't work with this girl. She says she will call, she doesn't call. When we are supposed to meet, she is late. They already see that, no. And then you find your prospects, they go and join Jane. And now you feel like, she stole my prospect. She what? But sometimes we chase away our own prospects by the way we do our things. Then the prospect will be like, this one, she doesn't call me, she doesn't do this. But I see Jane. Jane is always posting the products, she's always doing meetings with her team. Maybe that's the person for me to join because then I will have the proper support. Already that person has made a decision because you presented, you convinced them, they want to start. But now you are showing them that you are not the right person that is going to support them. So this works both ways. When you are looking at your ideal team member, that person is also looking at their ideal mentor because they have to know that once I start, this person is going to show up for me. So if you already start showing signs of you can't follow up, you can't close, you don't do what you say you're going to do, already the person starts to have doubts. And the last thing is we train and we support our team. So we don't just leave them alone, but we check in with them regularly so that we get feedback. Give them recognition when they do something, even if it's a zero point 0.3 cc order. Recog sorry, recognize and encourage them to say, well done, you've done your minimum order. If it's a poster, sorry, if it's a poster, do a poster and just celebrate them. That will motivate them to keep showing up. So don't bring people into the team and then you abandon them. Be there to train and support. Check in with them regularly. And when I say check in with them, I don't mean you call, hi, how are you? How far are you with your 4cc? No, be a human being. Hi, how are you doing? How has been your week? Allow them to know that, you know what, my upline, she can just call to check in on me. They know that you care for them. Sometimes your downlines avoid your calls because they know the moment they answer, first question, where are you with 4cc? When are you moving to supervisor? When are you doing this? Then already they feel like, yo, and they start avoiding you. And the moment they start avoiding you, they start moving further and further and further away from the team. They are alienating themselves. Eventually, they even stop ordering. So don't be that upline. Be the person that they know that, okay, oh, here's a call from Jessica. No, she just calls to check in on me. I can answer the phone and we can talk about things that are not CCs. Be a human being. Don't be like an AI robot that is just trained to ask for CCs. And don't be that leader that calls people only when it's month end because you have a target to close. You want to do your 60, then now you start calling your downlines so that you can push them to close. We don't work like that. You don't build an effective team by doing that. So don't leave people alone. The activities, what type of activities do we do when we are recruiting? Uh, Number one is contact marketing. This is something that I'm learning, but I'm not very strong at because I am someone who doesn't really like to approach strangers on the street. But this is a very good way of connecting with people, building your confidence, and building your database. You go out, maybe it's at the mall, you start talking to people and you start getting phone numbers and you're saving them. That is contact marketing. Sometimes when we say, let's go do contact marketing, your prospects or your downlines will think that, you know what, we are going to come back and we have sold this and we have sold that, and people are wanting to join. Sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's just about collecting the number and connecting with the person. They might not start today, but they will have your number. And when they are ready one day, they will actually reach out or they will even refer someone who wants the products. So, contact marketing is very effective. Um, let's go out, let's teach our teams to also go out and be talking to people. One thing I would say is when you do contact marketing, I remember I did a whole training on this, is how you present yourself also matters. Some people hate contact marketing because of the rejection. But for me, if you are coming to me looking like a homeless person and you want to approach me with a business idea or something like that, I already think this is a thief that is coming to drag my phone or take my bag or something. So dress appropriately so that when you approach people, you look the part and they can actually, be a bit more respectful to you. Okay, attend events. This is something we always talk about. Make sure you're attending events because that's where you get to meet people and network with them, especially the business events or community events in your area. Be there, show up, because when you support their events, they will also support yours. If you have a prospect that you've been inviting to the meeting and they didn't show up, maybe you see on their page they post high tea for ladies. Go in their inbox, ask them about the high tea, pay and attend. Next time, invite them to your presentation, see if they don't show up. You have to be attending events. That's where you meet people. And events come with you actually investing in your business because you pay to attend. And when you attend, if there is a theme, my leaders, make sure you're following the theme. Don't just wear the yellow forever t-shirt and say, I'm going to go attend a high tea. You don't have to go and brand forever there. Go dress appropriately. If they say it's shades of pink, wear shades of pink, look good, smell good, so that when you're talking to people at the event, they look at you like a proper business person. You can also recruit on social media. This we always talk about as well. Make sure your page is clean, make sure you are posting, all those things. That is for you to recruit on social media and avoid sending people those many, many messages that are like long. You're just copying and pasting from the group. We always say, imagine your team group has 2,000 people and a message is shared and all of you are copying and pasting on the Facebook. You live in the same area, you know most of the same people. Chances are 10 of you might inbox the same person, the same message. And that's how you lose a prospect because they already see that, oh, these are those automated forwarded messages. They don't connect. So have your own message, have your own way of reaching out that is not just copying and pasting from the group. You can also do coffee meetings. I love coffee meetings because they are very affordable. They are very easy to sustain because you go, maybe you pay 40 rand for a coffee, you meet someone, you can be like doing one-on-one coffee meetings or small groups for coffee meetings. In a day, maybe you spend 200, 300, which is not bad compared to if you had to hire a venue because venues are expensive. Maybe they tell you it's 1,200 per hour. That's a lot of money. You might not have it, but maybe you have three prospects. Invite them for a coffee meeting, sit down with them, order 3 cups of coffee, spend your 200 and you've done your presentation. So coffee meetings for me, I find them very, very effective and very low cost. You can also do Zoom presentations. I normally don't like Zoom presentations because I feel like people don't pay attention on Zoom. And the reason why I feel like that is because I don't pay attention on Zoom presentations. I join those SADC presentations while I'm busy cooking and washing the dishes. And sometimes if you even ask me what was said, I might not even have connected because I was busy with other things. I'm not saying your prospects will do that, so don't do Zoom, but I'm just saying where you can meet the person in physically, it's always better to do it that way if it's possible than to do the Zoom meetings because in person people get to connect better. Okay. Respect your team members as individuals. I love this point. Sometimes as leaders, we we have that thing of they must follow me, they must do what I want, they must listen to me. But you have to remember that these are individuals with their own lives, with their own stories. They have things that they value, they have things that they know, and we have to treat each other with a level of respect. Yes, you are their mentor, but it does not give you the right to always be rude and shouting at your downlines. Be respectful because they might be your downline in forever, but they are an individual outside of forever and they deserve the respect. So it is very important to not regard new team members as bodies that are just there to perform tasks so that you get the CCs. No, speak to them and interact with them, understanding that they are also people. They deserve your respect because when you honor and respect them, and you recognize what they are bringing, the value that they are bringing to the team, they are even more willing to contribute towards the team goal. So you have to honor and respect people. You have to recognize the value that they are bringing, and you have to show them that you appreciate the value that they are bringing, and you have to consult with them. That's why we always say when you do your volume map, you don't just go and sit and say, okay, Diana can do 50 cc, Heather can do 10. Then you just go to them and say, you are doing 10 this month. I want you to start doing. We don't work like that with other people. We have to have some level of common respect for each other, despite you being their leader, despite you being their mentor. I think I will end there because I see I have 3 minutes left. So I will end there for today. If tomorrow